destroy our brethren in that hole.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Squall versus MaNa here in Heartbreak Rage. It's an older replay, you might know by the fact that it's MaNa here. On the left side, it's going to be a Zerg player from Spain. It is Squall. And on the right side, it's going to be MaNa, our Polish Protoss player. Now, MaNa is favored because he has more success in Brood War, especially back then, than Squall does, but I think because it's a long macro game here, then Squall is going to give MaNa problems and maybe even win. So yeah, MaNa, a beloved Protoss player, man. He is so beloved in the StarCraft circles. He's a Brood War player for a long time. He was a StarCraft 2 player for a long time. And yeah, just an all-around good dude and good at Protoss as well. So if you have any requests of players who want me to cast, let me know in the comments here. And I'll dig them up from my replay folder, which is like, I don't know, like 5,000 or maybe 5,000 replays. I don't know. I don't know how many are in there. I haven't checked for a while, but yeah, there are a lot of replays in there from every single player that you can think of. So again, let me know in the comments if you want me to see me cast a player that you haven't seen in a while. I haven't cast a MaNa replay in a while either, so ta-da, here we are with a MaNa replay. Scouting to make sure, it's an overpool opening here. So Forge, very good. He did not see an expansion here, so threw down the Forge as soon as he saw that. Excellent play here. Terry the Overlord moving out. That's right, Terry. Yes, indeed. It's a two-player map, so you know where the natural base here from MaNa is. Blocking the hatch here is MaNa, and sending down 2 drones to fix that problem here. Oh, never mind. I think we're just going to go ahead and expand. Nope, we're going to go ahead and scout with this. Winning the worker wars here is PD the Probe. What's up, PD? Nicely done. Delaying, and there we go. So we're going to go ahead and throw down the second hatch here at the 3rd expansion. But yeah, it's a Forge expand here. So 3 bases here from Zerg is basically a foregone conclusion. And let's see if he's going to go ahead and do 3 hatches before gas. That would be interesting. Yeah, I think he's going to go ahead and save up here. So 3 hatch before gas. In response to this Forge expand timing, no gateway, no way to punish an early 3rd here. And, oh my gosh, PD, still blocking the hatch. MaNa, you're too good. Oh my gosh, you blocked it again. Ugh. I could feel the frustration here from Squall, dude. And finally, at 500 minerals, bam. Throwing down a 3rd hatch at 3 minutes. Wow. Alright, MaNa. Stop bullying the Zerg player. But, you know, 3 hatch, sub 4 minutes here. Lot of larva. Lot of production available here. So, let's see if MaNa speed rushes here towards Storm. Or if he wants to Reaver drop, or if he wants to gateway pressure. We will have to see. I think he's going to go ahead and sit back here. Sit back, macro up, tech up to Storm. My goodness. And continue to scout with PD the Probe here. Is it going to be an early Hydralisk Den? Is it going to be first 100 gas towards Lair? Yes, it is. First 100 gas towards Lair. Back in, man. When was this game played? I want to say like 2010, maybe? 2009, somewhere around there. These 2 players matched up. Yeah, like I said, Squall is a Spanish player. I don't know that I've cast many Spanish players on the channel before. I've definitely cast Chilean players, and I think I've cast like an Argentinian player here. But I don't know that I've cast a Spanish player on the channel. So, what do we got? What is this? Cybercore. Okay, Cybercore. Oh, come on. Cybercore, let's get a Citadel. Actually, Stargate, and then Citadel? Yes, okay, so there's the Stargate. He's like, you know what? No, it's not a Hydra den at all. We're just going to go ahead and get Corsairs out in case the Zerg player is dumb enough to make Mutalisks. And I'll smash him into oblivion with my Corsairs. That's exactly how this whole thing works. And there's the Citadel. Yep, okay. Stargate, Citadel. MaNa's playing this pretty much perfectly. He's getting a perfect scout off, seeing what's going on, sees the Spire coming in. I mean, probably. You saw the Spire, right? Like, you're not getting deep enough on the creep to see it, man, but it's there. Why doesn't he go more left? Why are you like... There it is. Okay, so he does see the Spire. If he didn't see it before, he might have totally seen that Spire before. But either way, that's the one. On the other side of it, Corsair production has begun. Do we have a second gas yet? Not here, not here, no. So it feels like there's a macro hatch. Just going to get these out to deal with the Corsairs that he is guessing are coming because it's 2000 and somewhere between 2005 and 2024. And he's playing a Protoss. The odds of your opponent opening up with Corsairs are about 98%. Other openings do include Reaver drops. They potentially do include things like going for a ton of DTs and Dragoons. Very cool stuff. So here's our Terry the Overlord. He's going to die to a Corsair, but it was a good life he has lived. He's got some good scouting information. He has let Squall know that there weren't 20 Zealots moving across the map to kill him, and now he confirms the existence of the Corsairs with his own death. Zealot legs coming in, MaNa playing this well. And what else is the play here? Macro, yeah, macro hatch is, ooh, and a Hydra den. And a creep colony. Okay, all right. Yep, just a couple Scourge here to deal with the Corsairs, keep these Overlords alive on some level. And then the Hydras with Lurker Aspect coming in at 6 minutes. Okay. So this is going to be some kind of a 3-base Lurker bust timing here. But look at this. Zealot legs is almost done, and that's sort of your answer. Like, yeah, you want Storm to deal with the Hydra bust, but having Zealot legs is awesome. Ooh, Scourge sniping that Corsair. Sweet micro. Very good micro here from Squall, and he plays pretty fast, man. He's a 250 APM Zerg player. He's not like a 400 APM player or anything like that, but, you know, playing well. Not going to argue with that speed at all. Finally, Templar Archives warping in as MaNa is sniffing this out. He's like, you know what? You know what I want today? I want those High Templar. I want Storm. I'm feeling Hydras here. I haven't seen any Mutalisks whatsoever. And the only other thing the Zerg player could really be doing here is making Hydras. Ooh, Lurker Aspect is done. Do we have any Lurkers? I don't know, but the Speedlots are here. They run across the map. The Sim City is good. Do the Zealots want to engage? They don't. They're like, that's a tough engage there. Also, I see... I mean, there are eggs, but they are... Oh my gosh, he is going Mutas. Hold on a second. Hold everyone's horses. He's making Mutalisks. The Sim City not quite as good here. Zealots are single file walking into the mineral line, but Mutas joining the party here too. They will kill the Zealots, but quickly enough to save the day. One Sunken down. The other Sunken is getting target fired here next. And then the Zealots... Oh my gosh, he did go into 100 Mutalisks. MaNa may have misinterpreted what's going on here. Lurker Aspect gets researched, but it's not Lurkers. It's Mutalisks. Ay caramba. All right, fine. So yes, a couple buildings die, couple workers die here too. That's a 1-kill Zealot. And he's not going to get a second one before he gets burned down by these Mutas. So back into Corsair production is our guy MaNa. Zealots buying time, being like, maybe... Oh gosh, are we just going to let these guys wander in here? No, we're not, because there's nothing to save these dudes. Yeah, Sunken's coming up here, but that's a dead drone. Bam, 1 dead drone. Bam, 2 dead drones. Bam. 3 dead drones, but the Zealots get cleaned out. 38 to 44 workers here, buying time to get some cannons up in the mineral line. Make an Archon for defense here. Get our own Corsairs, still making those, and then we're going into Storm. So Archon priority, Corsairs priority, Cannons priority, and then into Psionic Storm, just because Mutas are Storm dodgy, right? They're dodgy boys. Is he not getting an attack upgrade for these things? Nope. No attack upgrade, no armor upgrade, no Carapace upgrade for these Mutalisks either. So Muta's going to try to dive bomb onto this natural base. And there you go, the Muta stack. Wha-bam, wha-bam. It's not perfectly clean here, but Mutas are dying without a wiped out. Oh gosh, worker count falling apart here. 48 to 41 workers now in favor of Squall. 2 cannons and a Corsair firing at your guys, though. Yeah, he just lost like 4 Mutalisks. But he did kill, I want to say, 7 or 8 probes there. That was great. Really hurting MaNa's economy. Keeping an eye on if there's a third base coming up. Or maybe if there's a... I don't know if MaNa wants to expand down here. I think he's more scouting to see if that's somewhere Squall wants to go. So now into lurkers. I like this tech switchy stuff. I really like what the tech switch stuff is happening here from Squall, but the answer to lurkers are still Archons and High Templar with Storm. So our guy MaNa still has the answer to those lurkers, which is, you know, going to feel good for the MaNa fans here. Is he doing the long distance? Nope, he's returning without any minerals. Do you want to mine through this mineral field and open this door? Not a bad thing at this stage of the game. So he replaces the dead mutas with healthy mutas that are new. Dragoons being added into the mix here too. Anti-air of all kinds being produced. Dragoons are a good answer to lurkers too. Especially if there's not any Dark Swarm, and there's not yet because the Queen's Nest is just now getting fired up. So here comes the lurker play. Lurker contain. Not going to jump on this yet. Splitting. There you go. So Storm can only hit 1 lurker at a time. Might deny a +2 upgrade as 1-1 is done here for our Protoss player. No upgrades for the lurks. No upgrades for the mutas. A ground carapace upgrade is coming in, and a melee attack is being researched too from Squall. So Dragoons are like, you're just like unsupported lurkers out here, because Dragoons are kind of awesome about this. Oh, mutas. Gotta find those High Templar, man. That one moves back. He's like, nope, 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 nope. We're not getting in there. Not even a little tiny bit, folks. All right. Still firing in. I don't know if there's enough damage on this lurker to deny that upgrade. I don't think there is. But if the mutas helped or the lings jumped on it a little bit, the mutas are just undecided as MaNa jumps out. Oh, those 2 lurkers are close enough for a Storm to fire on both of them. That hurts. That hurts Squall quite a bit here. So MaNa being just... There you go. There you go. These lurkers are buying time, right? They're just buying time for defilers to get out. The hive is almost done. Archon too fat to get out that area. Okay, so the contain has been broken. Wasn't all that difficult for MaNa either, but, you know... Contains or contains. Buying the time to get a defiler amount out is good. Okay, your hive is done. What are you doing, Squall? Squall's like, I getting adrenal. All right, excellent. Falcon will never say no to getting adrenal. I guess maybe if your opponent is going mass carrier or something, but that doesn't make any sense. Trying to snipe down those High Templar again. Maybe here. I don't see any High Templar. Oh, there is 1 High Templar in this group with enough energy for almost 2 storms too. So he's a danger for sure, but MaNa not using storms unnecessarily. No panic storms when those mutas jumped in. Now he's going to storm. Does get wiped out. Whoa, the whole muta ball gets killed. Oops, Scourge got wiped out by his, Corsair got wiped out by a Scourge up there. And a 3rd base coming up topside for MaNa. He's like, I need a 3rd base. Zerg player's getting a 4th base down here. Let's take him down, boys. We got that +2 attack, that +1 armor. Lings are at no adrenal. No attack, no armor either, but they're working on it. Wait, do they have the +1 yet? Yes, they have +1, but no adrenal quite yet. The engagement here, but Archon's in the front anyway, gonna eat those lings up deliciously. Lurkers on the backside, kind of causing some issues here. Getting some spines on. Scourge, get the observer, and the lurkers are invisible now. Is there a backup obs in this group? I'm not sure that there is. And suddenly, maybe the splash damage in the Archons can kill the lurkers. And it kind of is, actually. Yo! The lurkers are all dead. Is there another obs here? I don't think there is. That must have been Archon splash damage. What a killer move there from our guy. Wow. Adrenalings with +1, though. Going to do really well against these Dragoons. This Archon casually has 31 kills. NBD. Honestly, this guy. 30. Look at this. Look at him go. 32, 33. He's falling back because his shields are basically gone, but my gosh, 39 kill Archon, and finally he goes down. Oh! But where are the reinforcements? Where's MaNa's follow-up to all of this? All of his units are down here, but he wasn't rallying them. And Squall manages to hold just by bringing more and more Zerglings in. Was it cost efficient? No. But that's why Zerg has this 4th base and the Protoss has got 3. Is because the cost efficiency is going to be a problem for the Zerg player. He's got to account for it some way. Consumes coming in. Further upgrades. Kid Air and Amulet on the way from the Protoss to +2/+1 here for MaNa. Working on a +3. And this base is in trouble. Oh, man. If these Sunkens were done, this would be a much different story. They're popping. So 3 Sunkens here. Fire it away. High Templar not doing much. Obs gets sniped again by Scourge. There are no lurkers here, though, but it would be nice if there were. And Squall just sacks the base. He might have bought some time to get some cracklings over here and maybe try to shut this thing down, but he just lets it die and says, if I can jump on the enemy 3rd base, we can make this a ball game. At least, I think that's what he's trying to do. Yeah, I mean, seriously, there are no High Templar at this 3rd base at all. A Dark Swarm and a group of Lings will eat it so hard. So he leaves some guys down here to defend his 3rd base, which was the 2nd base that came up, but whatever. Anabolic Synthesis. He's building Ultralisks. All right, man. Haven't seen Ultras against Protoss in a while, but this is an older game, so it's an older meta. All right, guy. Your job. Dark Swarm. This is so dead. Like this, I mean, come on. Come on. The one Zealot not going to stop this at all. Yeah, all right. So another Dark Swarm seems unnecessary, but whatever. We're going to kill it. Let's see if MaNa can wipe out this 3rd base in revenge. Storming the Droids. All the Droids are dying. 53 to 37 workers, but this probe count, look at the evac. The back door has been opened for MaNa, so he's able to get his probes out the back door. He sends some Zealots in to deal with this. Are there enough Zealots to do it? Yes, absolutely, because these guys have that +2/+2. That armor is massive, and the 3rd base of Squall is in a lot of trouble, folks. 53 to 31 workers is not looking good. If he'd been able to hold on this base, he would have been able to maybe keep this game going, but as it stands, I don't know. 120 to 76 overall supply. Zealots, look at this door not being open, and these Lings are like, we want to help. No, you idiots, you can't. Ultralisks. This might actually go better for Squall than I anticipated, because there's no Reaver tech. Zealots and Dragoons are fairly good against Ultralisks. All right, this guy says, let's go. Let's get in here. Oh, man, he's dying, though. He's tanking a lot of damage. Ah, my gosh. Okay, so that Dragoon with 10 kills is going to die. That Zealot got back there somehow? I don't know. He's dead now. High Templar tosses off a storm to save his own life. Nicely done, sir. This guy has another storm available. Oh, you forgot him. No, he dies before he could storm it. Woo. Okay, so Squall takes a bunch of his cash, rebuilds his worker account to a decent amount here. 44 workers on 3 bases, but MaNa's on 2 bases. He's rebuilding his 3rd post-haste, and you're not getting your own 4th base back here, Squall. So not looking good, dude. I'm okay with the Ultra. He went Anabolic Synthesis before Chitinous Plating. I find that questionable. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. So our guy's not going into Reavers, which are generally considered the best answer to Ultralisks in PvZ. I mean, they're the answer to Lings, Hydras, and Lurkers. But they're also really good against Ultras, too, because of the big hits, right? Ultra armor is great against little attacks, not against big hits, which is why Dragoons are so good against them, because they're doing, look at this, 26 damage per shot. And the Ultras have, sure, 3 armor, but that's still 20 plus damage per shot on the Ultralisk. And yeah, you got 400 hit points, but 20 damage plus per shot adds up pretty quickly. Squall needs to make a move. He needs, yes, he's going to re-expand down here. That counts for something. He's trying to cover it. Going through the middle here, though, is MaNa. There's no vision for Squall to know this is happening at all. And yeah, Overlord knows this base is here, so maybe he'll go to try to kill it again. It is better defended than it was earlier. MaNa just goes right for the throat. Right for the natural base. Ling Ultra swing on in here, taking storms to everybody. Archon brought big hits against those Ultralisks as well. Crackling's getting on top of your Dragoons. They're getting stormed and countered as well. But MaNa does his best, but can't quite shut this thing down. He's microing the best here. Another storm, again, eating through that Ultralisk HP, and both these Ultralisks are going to die. Man, these Dragoons, though, putting in work for MaNa. They've got the upgrades. Trying to make sure this Archon never comes up. That works out. 2-2 on the Adrenalings. But as mentioned previously, +3/+3 for the Protoss here. MaNa going to expand at 12 o'clock. Can he hold this base? It doesn't look particularly holdable against a large group of Cracklings, which is what Squall is working with here. He is expanding double bottom right here too. He's got the 6 o'clock. He's got the bottom right base. Lings say, how much Swarm is on this High Templar? 0, actually. But maybe the Zealots are too scary. These Lings are just kind of scouting Lings now. They see exactly what's going on, where everybody is. A couple DTs. DTs. I didn't even mention those. That's a good answer to Ultras. Like, there's a reason we don't see Ultralisks very much in this matchup. And that's because there are a lot of answers to Ultralisks in the Protoss arsenal. Archons, Dragoons, Zealots, surprisingly good. DTs, High Templar, Reavers. It's just the list goes on and on and on and on. Zerg player trying to drone up a little bit. 46 to 54 workers now. He's down. But this bottom right base is huge for him. No detection. No detection. Really? Really? No detection. Squall obviously spotted this, sniffed it out. So he's going to respond to it. But man, just park an Overlord at your bases. You have 100 Overlords at this point. You're only at 100 supply. You don't have 100 Overlords. How about back here? Yes, there's an Overlord. Anything to actually kill. There's a Lurker down here. A Lurker exists here. So both players just kind of hanging out at this stage, right? DT poking around, trying to harass. MaNa's working on... Hey, there we go. A second Robo and a support bay here. Big fan of that one. Okay, drones coming down. 49 drones is good. Macro hatches all over the place. Spending his money well. MaNa 2, keeping his money low. It's a good sign of a good game that's being played by a good player. More Ultralisks in production here. He finally will have the chitinous plating on these boys. Yeah, so now he's at 6 armor, which still, when you're doing 26 damage per shot as a Dragoon, it's still 20 damage. That's making it through. Oh, no! No! This guy should have been hunted down and killed forever ago. But DTs are just fast enough that Overlords have a hard time keeping up with them. But yeah, eventually, sure. Oh my gosh, that massacre. That is so brutal. Squall should have found that DT and killed it and just failed to do so and got punished. Punished hard. Finally, a Dark Swarm is up in an engagement. That's going to force MaNa back here. 132 to 121 supply. Haven't seen a Plague yet. The Archon count makes it a little bit less good, but there are still a bunch of Dragoons and Zealots here. Plaguing those boys is always a wonderful time. High Templar wanders down with a Zealot escort. Is he going to make it back? Yes, he is, because these Link... I don't know what the control was there. I'm not sure what that Defiler is trying to do. He gets a Dark Swarm up to replace the one that's going to expire in a couple seconds here, but there's no real Zerg to take advantage of it. Okay, left side, right side, coming in everywhere. Okay, trying to pull back, but trying to prevent the retreat there. Big time hits with those Ultras on those Archons. They're doing more retreating than fighting, and Squall manages to actually wipe out this entire army, get himself up 121-103 supply. He needs to follow this up now. He needs to kill this base if he can do it. There are High Templar and Reavers here with a ton of cannons too. What's your answer? No, I don't think you can just sit here and be like, well, good enough. But at the same time, I guess you don't just want to throw your entire army away into a base that you maybe can't kill. Why +1 air weapons? More Corsairs being added in, I guess just to force the Zerg player to make more Scourge, use gas on that rather than on Ultralisks. I think that's maybe the idea here. And if, you know, if the Zerg player doesn't want to make Scourge to counter your Corsairs, then his Overlords are going to die, and that will supply block him, and that's really bad too. He's basically supply blocked as it is, making 4 Overlords, getting, Ventral Sacks for drops as this base is coming in from MaNa. Oh my gosh, you can't split the map in half against a Protoss player and defeat them. Okay, so Squall needs to make a move. There are no Reavers at this base. This is probably your best bet. 2 Reavers at the 12 o'clock now, as it's more important because it is a newer source of income than the third base is from MaNa. So here comes, yep, it looks like we're setting up. Squall trying to make a move. on this third base of MaNa, and it's going to die. I mean, unless you somehow get the Reavers over here immediately. Yeah, these probes are... they were going to transfer... Oh, it's just a bad time? My goodness, the Storms actually end up... 3 Ultralisks die? My gosh. All right, DT's joining this party, but there's an Overlord in the mix. Okay, so this base is going down. That's really big. Worker count 48 to 46. This game is good. Squall is making this an absolute treat to cast today. He might take center. Squall might take the center here. Man, I don't know if you guys are rooting for the underdog or if you're rooting for the established beloved MaNa here or not. Where's your Overlord? He did there. Okay, new Overlord joins the party. DTs plus Storm. Oh, these Ultralisks get surrounded and killed. The number of Ultras that have died here is discouraging from a Zerg perspective. Those DTs standing tall, 3 kills. I mean, I want to say all 3 kills of those are an Ultralisk, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Top left base, pretty undefended here too, but the Reavers are kind of covering this area, and I think he's trying to transfer this Reaver over to the top left base and see what he can do with that. Ling run by attempt, trying to pick up a High Templar. They do. Trying to pick up another High Templar. He plays Ring Around the Rosie, and no, absolutely no connection there, but yeah, there's that center coming up from Squall. It's a desperation play, right? If you take center base on most maps, Fighting Spirit, Heartbreak Ridge, you are feeling desperate or insanely overconfident. Those are the only 2 options here today. Okay, so a bit of a quiet has settled over the map here. Secret Corsair Ball is out hunting for Overlords, and there's not enough anti-air to deal with them. There are no spores. Trying to drop top left. I don't know, man. There's Storm here. There's a Reavers here. Where's your Dark Swarm? You need to protect against these cannon shots, but no! Absolutely not. Dude, cannons, High Templar, Reavers, it almost makes a base drop proof in a lot of ways. That was bad. Squall, buddy. Not great. Not good at all here. Still, 114 and 94 supply. Squall has an overall army lead. Worker count is a little bit down, but not enough to overcome that army supply difference. Center being taken and actually mined from would be a massive, massive win for Squall here. I don't know that MaNa knows this exists. Right? I feel like if he knew this existed, he'd be making a move on it. Okay, 1 Ultra versus 1 Reaver. Blech. Reaver wins. Big hits here. Does he have the upgrade? No, he doesn't have the plus 25 damage upgrade to the Reaver. Is he not rebuilding this base? It's worth taking. I mean, there's like 2,000 minerals here. Yeah, you got to pay 400 for a new Nexus, but I mean, I say that's pretty good. Is he just worried about the gas? I don't know. I'd rebuild the Nexus here, but man, is way better than I am. The Corsairs do fly across the middle and go, whoa! Well, isn't this interesting? 5 sets of Scourge in production. There's a Spore here. Okay, yeah. And I mean, that's going to... Wow, these guys aren't by the Spore. Get by the Spore, guys. You need to rally to the Spore, Squall. Okay, fine. Links run down. They're like, we're going to take down this... Nope, not if this DT has anything to say about it with his 3 kills of 3 Zerglings. There is a Spore at the center base here. Okay. Scourge trying to defend. Trying to hold on. Squall supply blocked. No surprise because of the tech switch into Corsairs here. If your enemy is not going Hydras, then going back into Corsairs is pretty kind of incredible, honestly. Okay, so this time, oh gosh, no. Okay, all right, hold on. Okay, DT is able to hold here. Overlord down, Scourge, taking down another Corsair. Okay, so some of them died, but some of them died in the service of killing a Corsair. So this is tight, man. 130 to 114 supply. More Scourge being produced all the time. More Overlords on the way because Squall keeps getting supply blocked. I think he's focusing too much on the Scourge here. No, these Scourge are not going to connect. No, damn it. I lied. They totally killed 2 Corsairs. Nicely done, Squall. Good job, buddy. There's only 4 Corsairs remaining, which isn't as nearly scary as like the 7 that were flying around earlier. MaNa not replacing those Corsairs at all. He is instead working on more Reavers, which seems logical to me. I don't know that I've seen a map, a game here on Heartbreak Ridge where everyone's taken their bases, but Zerg has center before. I think there was this incredible game between Olympus and who was the other player? I can't remember who it was, but it was a Christmas video that I posted back in like 2019 or 2021 or something like that. It was an awesome game. If you want a link to that, let me know. Ask in the comments and I'll post it up for you. My gosh, the Overlord Massacre here is crazy good. This is another reason that we don't see Zerg players go heavy Ultralisk in this matchup. Why Hydras are usually a part of the composition to the bitter end, because these Corsairs are just running rampant. They just cannot be stopped. The one Spore was not enough, especially because the Overlords were running away from the Spore, their only source of protection. Tragic stuff, man. Dude, there are High Templar here, and Reavers, and Cannons, and DTs. No! This is not viable stuff you're doing. Yeah, no. No. He sees the 3 Reavers and goes, yeah, alright, never mind. And then all these Overlords are dying because Corsairs are good, and they're +1 Corsairs, too. We saw that upgrade coming in. Alright. Squall trying to... He's going to make 7 Overlords at a time. But, I mean, the silver lining here is that he's holding on to the center base, which is massive. It's got 2 gases at it. It's got 9 mineral or 10 mineral patches at it, because I know how to count properly. I'm just wondering at what point... I feel like MaNa just kind of needs to make an assault on the center here and win this thing. But he's generally hunting for Overlords to kill, slowing the Zerg player down. Nice little storm drop there. Scourge not in a position to really deal with that, and the shuttle makes it out of there. So mined out. Still mining, still mining, still mining. Still mining, still mining, still mining. Okay, 1 Reaver, handful of DTs. No Overlords, though, because they're not going to make it up here because of the Corsairs. Oh! Nope, nope, nope. DT Reaver, man. The beautiful answer to these Ultralisks. They're all gonna die. Yeah, there have been a couple really ill-fated attempts here from our dude Squall. You cannot attack into a base with DTs and Reavers and High Templar. This is not gonna work out. Scourge trying to... They're getting a couple hits off there, but that guy just kind of hanging out, man. What are you doing? Dark Archon's created, and he's getting Maelstrom. Sure, why not, MaNa? We're at 33 minutes into this game. A little Maelstrom to finish it off. Not a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, I don't know, man. 186 to 142 supply. I'm just looking at the game state here. I like the fully upgraded Cracklings. I don't know if we're going to go back into Ultras here, but at this stage, it's the tools, right? It's DTs, Zealots, it's Dragoons, Reavers, High Templar, Archons. Every type of splash damage imaginable is here in this match right now. And finally, MaNa decides it is time to clear out this center base and end this charade once and for all. Or charade if you're American, I guess. Oh my gosh! The 5 Reaver boom! Everybody dying. There's a Maelstrom coming in on one of these Ultralisks. Just holding him in place. Nothing really hitting him otherwise. He's back. He's back. He's getting some hits off, but blah, 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 blah. And this is just an absolute beatdown of epic proportions. And our guy, Squall's got to tap out here. But, man, taking MaNa to 34 minutes, not bad. I think he had some good plans. This MaNa was just the better player here today. And if you're just going to play against an Elite Protoss like this, you need to outspend them by a whole ton. And I don't think that really happened here. We just got to take more bases. You cannot let MaNa have that top left base, I don't think, if you're going to beat him when he's like this. Yeah, nope, nope, nope. I mean, Squall's still in this thing. I don't know why, because this is a GG if ever I've seen one. Look at all of those DTs, man. It's a lot of Dark Templar here. Oh, we're into Hydras now, are we? Well, that's fun. They have 0 attack upgrades, so I mean... Ooh, we sniped a Reaver with them, though. That's pretty rad. DTs, whack, 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 whack. This base dead. MaNa continuing to push. He's effectively maxed out. 188 supply. GG, says Squall. MaNa says, yeah, make it. Let's go. Ah, it's back from the old TSL days. Oh, whatever. GG! I don't know what that whatever was from MaNa. Was that dismissive? He's like, yeah, whatever, man. I guess we can play. Or is that like, whatever, I don't want to play? Anyway, GG, man. But that is just the nature of PvZ late game, right? If your enemy, if your Protoss has Archons and Reavers and High Templar and Dark Templar and Zealots and Dragoons and all of the tools, the Zerg player, there's not really this one composition that you can build as a Zerg to defeat this. How you defeat it is Plagues, Dark Swarms, coming at it from a million different angles, trying to get surrounds, and you're still going to lose a lot more stuff than the Protoss is going to lose. You need to basically have wiped out this base, I think, and taken center base if you're going to go 30 minutes plus against MaNa. Against a lesser Protoss player or whatever, if they don't have all the right tools in their toolbox, then yeah, sure. Maybe you don't have to do that. But here, yes. Absolutely. The way you defeat a Protoss is by out-macroing them and outspending them by a metric ton. And that is not what happened here at all. 279,000 points from MaNa, 241,000 from Squall. Squall outproduced MaNa by an 8-to-3 ratio, but a 7-to-1, 7-to-2 ratio on the outkill by MaNa. That is some really cost-efficient stuff there. Raised 18-to-17. And the outspend was only about... It was less than 7,000 resources in a 35-minute game. Like, we've seen games that are 7,000 resources outspent by the Zerg in like a 20-minute game where they pull it off, but just barely. Like, it's not great. So if you're over the course of 35 minutes, too much. Just not enough of an outspend. Right. So GG, way to go. Absolutely fantastic showing there from MaNa, and honestly, hats off to Squall, too, for playing as well, and I like that I brought Ultras into the game. We don't see Ultras very much. I wish we saw more of them. I mean, can anybody make them viable? I don't think I've seen Soma make Ultras or Soulkey make Ultras in a long time. They just rather spend it on more Hydras, sometimes even Guardians over Ultras anymore. Current meta, they're just not here anymore, so... I don't know. Maybe somebody will bring them back, but not today. And that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.